It is an exciting day here on the homestead. We are trenching for our conduit to run our PV lines from our solar panels into our house. We will show you the entire process of running those lines in the house and connecting them to our grow watt inverters. Let's get going. I showed you in a previous video how we ran the strings on our solar panels, how we ran some in series and then series parallel and then paralleling other ones together so we can get the right numbers of amps, volts, and watts to get into our inverters. So that's all done. If you want to check out that video, go click at the top of the screen. Now we had to choose the best spot to put a series of boxes. I am in the future going to put what's called a combiner box. It won't combine anything, but we are going to run overcurrent protection in there and SPDs. So those boxes are going to happen between these two columns, actually closest to this one here. That's where we're going to start our trenching. And then as you can see, we've marked out with some string, some spray paint, and then put our conduit on the ground where exactly we want to run our line into the house. We had the phone company out here marking the internet line on our property, so we didn't cut that because that's vital for you guys too. And that's the only way we upload our videos for y'all. So we got that marked out. And over here on this side, we've got our propane line from the propane tank over there. And that is still just hanging here waiting for connections. That's a whole nother video, but we want to run it between the two, not interfere with anything, get it up on the wall here and run it around over to the new addition where the solar room is. Of course, I don't have to tell you that when you're doing these things, trenching to mark those things out, you know what's best for you. And then we've got this cool little trencher here that we actually didn't rent. We borrowed it from a friend. We borrowed it from Pete B's Homestead. If you haven't seen his channel, I'll link it in the description below. He's got a lot of great stuff on there. And if you're wondering if you needed conduit or not, you do. I've talked to many professional line workers and electricians. Everybody says put it in conduit. And it's been done that way for a long time. Even though PV wire is rated direct bury, always put it in conduit. Let's start cutting our trench. So we finally have our trench dug after delaying a day after cutting the water line to the house, which I didn't know where it was. But we've got our conduit laid down here on the ground, and it's fairly flexible. Even though this is big 1.5 inch conduit, if you let it sit out in the sun for a little while, you can bend it around a curve with no problem. Let's get that put in the trench, and then we can start assembling the pieces that will go around the outside of the house over to the solar room, and then we can start running our wire. All of our conduit is done, it's connected inside. Now what we're gonna do is run our lines, and as you can see, I've got them hanging up right here on a piece of PVC. That's gonna allow them to unroll a lot easier and get through that conduit. And we've got our box on. I might take it off. It might be a little easier pulling them through without that box on, but we'll play that by ear. But of course, it's wintertime and that sun is just about ready to go over the horizon. So I will see you in a minute. Should be tomorrow morning for me. And good morning. We're gonna start by running our fish tape through our conduit and poke it up through over by the solar panels, grab our PV lines and start yanking them through. So we got the fish tape to come through the conduit from up by the house, and we're gonna pull our wires. I've got a little bit of this clear lubricant to make it a little bit easier. So since these have the MC4 connectors on them, I staggered them so it would be easier for them to get through the conduit, and I taped down each point where the connector is so that it doesn't get hung up. I'm gonna do my best here. I've got it taped back a little bit. and I'm hoping it doesn't get too hung up or tangled on this roll here, but these were pretty tight rolls, and we're gonna see how it goes. Now, a lot of installers I watch will suck through a string or a piece of like flat cloth that's kind of like seatbelt material so it doesn't cut our corners below the ground and cause water to get in there. I think we're gonna be okay here just using the steel fish tape and the wire, but I'm gonna find out real quick if we can do this. So I have our fish tape about 15 inches back on the PV lines, and it's kind of twisted around one of them and then taped pretty good here at the back. And then I've got electrical tape throughout the whole thing here, and right there at this end I've got a big ball of electrical tape, so that connector, that MC4 connector, hopefully doesn't get hung up. Okay, I only got about 10 feet, and here's why. All of these coils of wire up here are binding into one another. I've seen this done before. I'd never done it before myself. Don't do it, because they're trying to spin and pull into an area. Unless you had some sort of dividers on here, or they're on those big, you know, kind of wooden spools with the dividers on each side, that would work. But I'm gonna have to roll them out and lay them out on the property in the best direction I can, and then put them through. So I also put my PVC roller back up here and kind of hung them over the top so that they had a better angle to get down into the riser. I think that's an important thing to do. And that's so they don't get caught up when you're pulling on this sharp angle here. Even though it's got this protector, this bushing protector here, it's much better to have a good angle going down into that riser. So we got everything pulled through the first run. Now it's a matter of feeding it through, undoing the fish tape, putting the fish tape through the second run, and getting it all the way back into where our inverters are. So here's our other end. Make sure you leave enough slack to connect to all of your strings. Now we're gonna have to make a jumper wire that goes up to the top one up there, because that is a considerable distance longer than the rest of these. So it's sunny out, so make sure you don't connect the wires right away, because I don't want to be pulling them through the conduit, messing with them while there's live voltage in them. So just measure out your distances, make sure you've got enough, and then continue to pull on the other side. Now for our connector wire, we're gonna do a whole other video on how to assemble MC4 connectors and make new PV wires with MC4 connectors, how to do the lugs on your battery cables, how to do the ferrules on other wires and things like that. So stay tuned for that one. All right, we are in our solar room. We've got our PV wires run through the wall and through all of our conduit. But you see, I only have 2 instead of 4. I ran out of PV wire. When you're calculating the length of your PV wire, what I did originally, which was a mistake, is I calculated a straight line run and didn't calculate risers, didn't calculate the size of the panel array or anything like that. So I've got to get some more PV wire to run the other 2 in here. But we've got our 2 strings of 6 coming in, and we've got 278 volts. These are not connected at the panels right now. I will do that later. We've got our DC isolator switch here. Now this DC isolator switch was a little confusing, the diagram. I'm not an electrician, so the confusing diagram on the side did not help me at all understand which port to which port I needed to connect the wires. Some of these isolator switches cross in the middle. David Paz did one where he had one that crossed from side to side, side to side, up and down. It was pretty crazy. This one, I was able to check continuity. So I set my voltmeter to ohms, and then I checked each port here. I'm calling them ports, that's probably not the right terminology. So this is connected. So on this particular switch from Signature Solar, it's up and down, straight up and down on each one. So you notice we've got MC4 connectors on this PV wire. That's the way it comes, and that's nice. But we need to clip these off so I can connect them in both points here and then connect them up to the inverters. Those are the steps to bring those wires into your house. That's what we had to do. Yours might be a little bit different. You know, I found it helpful to use a ferrule to put on the end of the PV lines because those wires are kind of thin and they're kind of fraying as I was putting them into the port. So if you want, use a ferrule. Like I said before, I'm going to do a video on how to put all these wires together, all the lugs, all the MC4 connectors, ferrules, everything like that. So stay tuned for that one. Now I can't switch it on right now because these are the off-grid inverters. If you have the grid tie inverters, I could run it straight off of PV. But since they are the off-grid ones, I have to have the batteries attached to it. And that is very important with these Growatt 5Ks, is you have to connect batteries, then panels, and then you turn on the inverter, in that order. And then when you turn off or shut the system down, it's in the reverse order. Make sure you remember that. So since we need batteries with the off-grid inverters, what are we gonna do? Well, guess what? Just yesterday, I went and picked up my batteries from Signature Solar. And not only did I pick up the 3 that I had pre-ordered, I grabbed 2 more because they actually have extra stock. All the pre-orders that were made over the last several months, I made mine 2 months ago, they ordered in extra that are not accounted for. So they are up on their website right now. Head below, click on the link, and get these while they still have them, because last time they had them, they went so fast. These EG4 batteries are super high quality. You can go watch that video on Will Process channel, his review of these on the build quality. I'll do my own video on these. Look to Will's channel for the technical aspects, but I'm going to put these together for you and show you how the system works. Now go check out this video right here, which talks about every single penny that we spent on our whole system and how affordable it was. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.